Hello, welcome to Bruce's Running Exercise of the Week, number 8. Today's exercise looks at a problem called excessive pronation. About 70% of the population suffer from excessive pronation. If you have this, you probably know because you've had to buy specialty shoes or even orthotics to support your feet and your ankles. So excessive pronation looks like rolling in of the ankles. You'll notice that if you see someone with this problem, their ankles sort of bow in. They'll often put more weight on the inside edge of their feet, and they'll often develop something called pes planus, which is flat arches. So to look at our feet when they pronate, essentially what happens is the feet will roll inwards like this. Sometimes the knees will turn in as well, and your feet tend to flatten out through the arches. So a great exercise we can do to prevent the pronation strengthens one of the key muscles that stops that from happening, which is the tibialis posterior. This muscle runs in behind your tibia, goes around the inside of your ankle, wraps around underneath the sole of the foot and attaches into the sole of the foot. When it's activating really well, working really well, it helps to pull up on the inside of that ankle and lift up the arch and support it and prevent the pronation. Another thing we want to do is try to strengthen the tiny little intrinsic muscles in the sole of the foot, which help to support the arch. So these two exercises I'm about to show you target those two specific things. So this exercise strengthens the tibialis posterior muscle. We need to use something about the size of our fist. So a roll of tape is what I'm using, but it could just as easily be a tennis ball or something similar. Place it between the heels. Get your feet just wide enough apart so that what you can do here is just grip onto that object with your heels. So I'm squeezing my heels together, and then from there I'm just doing calf raises. What this is doing is teaching my tibialis posterior muscle to be active when the calf muscles switch on. So when I'm landing during running, as I'm taking off, the tibialis posterior is active and it's switching on that pronation control function. So it's stopping my foot from rolling inwards and letting the heel and the arch drop in and down when I hit the ground or when I'm trying to take off. So just one more time, squeeze together with the heels, raising up, coming back down, and just repeating that a number of times. You can do it until you start to feel any pain or fatigue, or until you find that it becomes uncomfortable. You do this on a daily basis, and if you've got pronation, it can help to correct it over time. And the second exercise strengthens the small intrinsic muscles in the sole of the foot. So these muscles are responsible for supporting the arch when we're weight bearing. Seems like a silly exercise, but it works really, really well. Newspaper placed on the floor, sitting on a chair, foot goes on the newspaper, and all we do is we try to scrunch up that newspaper with our toes, and the muscles that flex the toes in and support the arch get activated with this exercise. Easy, simple exercise, looks strange but works really, really well. So these exercises I've just shown you are great for helping to correct excessive pronation. Excessive pronation is something we try to eliminate. Pronation itself is not necessarily a bad thing, it's actually our body's natural way of absorbing shock. So we're trying to eliminate too much pronation occurring while we're running. Something we believe very strongly here at Bruce's Running is that building a natural running style, not having to rely on external devices such as orthotics, is definitely the way forward. The key though is not to transition too quickly from old habits to new habits. So if you are an excessive pronator, if you've been running in supportive shoes for a long time, don't necessarily go straight into barefoot running, don't necessarily get rid of your orthotics straight away. It has to be a gradual progression to a more natural style. For more tips and ideas on natural running techniques, keep your eyes on this blog.